faces screens you out from specific problems of the development of applications for mobile devices. Get the forgiveness of mobile platforms out of your head. It faces will allow you to focus on the application's logic more. It faces is the framework for simple creation of native, form-oriented network applications for mobile devices. The aim of the solution is to screen the programmer completely out from the mobile platform itself, and transfer the entire application logic to central application server level. Each IPFaces application consists of two main parts. The IPFaces client for mobile devices, the server part with application logic and definition of IPFaces views. The IPFaces client is a fully functional, tuned and stable application, supplied for free for all supported mobile platforms. The entire solution includes also the ensuring of easy distribution of the client application to end users. The mobile application is adapted to the design and control style of the specific mobile platform. The IPFaces application provides end users with higher user comfort and overall user friendliness on professional level. The possibility of simple use of advanced mobile functions, GPS localization, use of integrated camera, compass etc. is an important part of the IPFaces solution. From the technological point of view, the server part of the application is a standard web module. IPFaces provides libraries for easy definition of IPFaces forms, for the presentation layer of the application for all supported server platforms, ASP.NET, Java and PHP. The architecture and design of the business logic are not limited in any manner, and you may use your usual and tested procedures. IPFaces views may also be added to your existing web application, thus easily expanding its functionality to mobile devices. Communication always runs from the IPFaces client to the server. Standard HTTPS protocol is used on the communication layer. The client generates simple GET/POST requests, and the server responds by returning IPFaces forms definition in XML format. In terms of technology and architecture, the approach is very similar to classic website. The IPFaces client may be compared to a web browser and the IPFaces server to a web server. Technological scope. When selecting a suitable technology for the programming of a mobile application, requesting online communication with the central server part and its database, management of out-of-office workers, data collection, survey applications etc. Several programmer approaches are available. Native application for mobile devices. Web application optimized for a mobile browser. Use of the IPFaces technology. Application user-friendliness. Web applications can never be as user-friendly as classic native applications. In its beginnings, the HTML code was not designed for these purposes. This insufficiency is now being partially compensated by massive use of the JavaScript technology, which, however, has excessive performance requirements on many technologies. The IPFaces technology uses native components and their specific features for user interfaces. The design and behavior of components is thus comprehensible and predictable for the end user. Each component of IPFaces is optimized for the mobile platform, and the end application suffers from no performance problems. Usage of device-specific features. Web applications have major limitations in terms of access to specific HW features of mobile devices. Some issues are partially supported by specialized JavaScript libraries, but developers often have no options for using the extending features of a device. The IPFaces has support for advanced features, such as GPS, integrated cameras etc., integrated directly at its core. Compatibility between device versions. Native mobile applications are often incompatible among various types and versions of mobile devices. Multiple versions of the same applications must often be developed and tested to be supported by a wider range of devices. The logic of the IPFaces applications is managed centrally on the server part, and the solution guarantees 100% compatibility for all supported mobile platforms. Developer friendliness. Programming and testing of a native application for mobile devices places high requirements on the expertise of the entire development team, including knowledge of the mobile platform itself, the relevant programming code and development environment. Testing a native application is also a rather demanding process, as final tests have to be carried out on the specific mobile device. Development of a mobile application with the aid of chip faces is similar to web development. Developers with experience with one of the supported web technologies ASP.NET, Java and PHP may start working with chip faces virtually immediately. The chip faces solution allows also tests of the final application by the developer through a standard web browser. Simplicity of app version changing and editing. Distribution to customer end devices and consequent reinstallations of new versions, after logic adjustments, represent a major pitfall of native mobile applications. If there are hundreds of mobile devices operating in the field by the customer, new version update requirements are indeed high. The faces approach is similar to web approach, as all application logic is in one place in the server part. To make a version update, a new server model put on and the entire matter is finished within a moment. The faces technology takes inspiration from both native and web approach, and attempts to achieve a reasonable compromise and balancing of individual pros and cons of both classic approaches. It faces thus becomes a unique technology providing you with new options for the development of mobile applications. You may verify here whether it faces is suitable also for your project. Knowledge of